best-selling author Kevin Kwan is back with another novel with a new set of characters and landscapes that are still crazy rich. Earlier, I spoke with Kevin from his home in Los Angeles, California. In this exclusive conversation, I started by asking him what inspired him to write Sex and Vanity.
I was really inspired this time. I wanted to do something different from the Crazy Rich Asians trilogy. And so I was inspired by one of my favorite books of all time, E.M. Forster's A Room of a View. And I wanted to pay homage to the book. So that was the initial idea. But of course, the minute I began writing, my mind started going in completely different directions from his book. So it was a nice sort of departure point. But I wanted to tell a story about my Lucy, Lucy Tang Churchill, who is a biracial American. You know, she's half Chinese, half New York, old East Coast establishment family. And she struggles, you know, between the two sides of herself. And, you know, it's a romance, it's a love story, but it's also got, as always, a lot of food, a lot of fashion, and, you know, beautiful destinations.
It has all the elements of a perfect novel, Kevin. And in the book, there are two Filipino characters, sisters, named Paloma and Mercedes in their 70s, who come from, what, the oldest and most revered families in the Philippines. Why did you develop their characters for this book?
Well, you know, once again, you know, the original inspiration point was A Room of a View. In A Room of a View, there are these two elderly ladies called the Miss Allens. They are two elderly British sisters, you know, who are kind of very fussy and old-fashioned. And I wanted to turn that completely on its head. I wanted to show modern, cool Asian ladies of a certain age who are sophisticated, who are jet setters. And I thought, why not make them Filipino, you know, make them fashionable and fun and really like a great element in the book. I always love to have Filipino characters pop up in my books wherever I can.
That is so nice to know. And what makes a Filipino character or characters interesting to you as a novelist?
Well, you know, I'm always inspired by real people. So every time I come to the Philippines, I always meet, I think, the most fascinating people. And a lot of them tend to be these beautiful, elegant, worldly Filipino women. So I've always used that as an inspiration point to create my characters. And so that's what I did this time with the Ortiz sisters. So hopefully, you know, they're enjoyed by the Filipino readers.
Absolutely. We enjoy their characters. But will you be using more Filipino character or characters in your future books? And will Sex and Vanity have a sequel?
To answer your first question, I hope so. You know, I hope there's always room for characters from all around the world, from the Philippines, from all parts of Asia. You know, my goal is always to showcase diversity as much as I possibly can in my books.
Sex and Vanity will be headed for the big screen, following the footsteps of the Crazy Rich Asians trilogy. Any update on when you will start filming or the release date of the film?
Well, I can tell you that we have an amazing screenwriter now working on adapting my novel. So we're off to the races. You know, we're going to see what happens with that. And I think, you know, Sony Pictures, which is who I partner with this time, and SK Global, they are so excited to really make this movie and start shooting it. You know, they say, you know, hopefully next summer.
But Kevin, if you're given a choice, would you like Sex and Vanity released in between your remaining two Crazy Rich Asian books, China Rich Girlfriend and Rich People Problems, or after the film trilogy is finished?
You know, I really have no preference. This is timing that is way above my pay grade. You know, because, you know, they all have their different plans. And I don't see why they can't all be, you know, released together. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, I think everyone in Hollywood is just so excited to get back to work, you know, to really hopefully start producing things as safely as they possibly can. So we'll see how all the different timelines come together with all these movies. But, you know, it's not up to me.
And if you are given a choice, Kevin, would you like Paloma and Mercedes to be played by Filipino actresses?
Well, they definitely have to be. Come on. You know, they're Filipino women. So we will have to tap into all the amazing talent that there is with Filipino actors.
And would you like more Filipino actors and actresses to play more roles in your films? Because in your Crazy Rich Asian film, you had Chris Aquino playing a princess.
Absolutely. That was really such a delight for me to see her play that role. And yes, absolutely. I would love to see much more Filipino talent, not just in my work, but in other Hollywood productions, in TV series, in films. I just feel like there's so much room for all the amazing talent out there, and we should really showcase it as much as possible instead of just having the same 20 actors and everything.
And you have visited Manila in the past, Kevin. What do you miss and love about the Philippines?
Number one, I miss the hospitality. I always say that you guys really know how to roll out the red carpet. I love meeting my fans in the Philippines, and it's always so warm and so welcoming. And I miss the food. I miss a good plate of garlic rice and chicken adobo. So, hopefully I can take care of that craving very soon.
So now
Yeah.
that Sex and Vanity has been a huge bestseller and it's now going to be adapted to a film, what's next for Kevin Kwan? Are you writing a new book?
I am working on several different projects at the same time. So I have my TV series that I'm doing. I'm still doing a 1-hour drama TV series for STX Entertainment. I'm working on a few documentary series, and I'm also working on other films besides the ones that you already know about. So, my goal is to really have a production company that has a whole variety of entertainment for different people. So that's what we're working on. But, it takes time. Someone wise once told me that, a good TV show takes 8 years to really incubate. And so we're really seeing that happen, but I'm very confident, and it's great to be involved in entertaining people and creating content that is meaningful for people.
And maybe your next book could also include some elements about this ongoing challenge that we're going through in life, COVID-19 and the coronavirus pandemic.
I don't know if people want to read about that. I think they just want to get through it, right? Knock on wood and move on. But no, yes, certainly. I think, this year has been such a pivotal year for all of us. We could have never imagined that, this is life today. But hopefully everyone will be safe and healthy, and we'll all come out of this, I think, hopefully better people.
The crazy and busy world of best-selling author Kevin Kwan, joining us from his home in Los Angeles.